Well, good evening, everyone. My name is Jim Fulford, and I'm so glad to have so many people from all across the country dialing in and coming on to our very quick business preview. And we're got a very special person doing the presentation tonight. I'm doubly excited because not only did I get to spend the weekend with Tony and Debbie Underwood at our Orlando event, but Tony is someone that helps me tremendously build the business. He's got an incredible story. He's extremely relatable. Pretty funny as well, so probably something will happen funny, and you'll get a few laughs out of the call because he's great. And what we're going to do is we're going to be having him kind of do a very quick share of what Shackley is all about. So if you're a guest joining us for the first time tonight, we want to invite you to just sit back, relax, take a look at this, and just open your mind and think about, just what if, because that's really what we want to do is show you the possibilities of things you can do with Shackley. And we've got the best of the best coming online to share with you. So, Tony, welcome to the call. Thanks for hosting it this week. We look forward to having you. I believe you're on the way to Seattle to do the regional meetings there, so I know some people out west will get a chance to see you. So welcome tonight. I'm going to sit back and let you drive the presentation, but if you need anything, you just let me know. And welcome, Tony Underwood.
Well, thanks, Jim. It's great to be on here. Yes, I'm not the greatest technical person, but that means that anybody can do it. But I'd just like to say hi to everybody, and for those of you who don't know me, we live in Atlanta, Georgia, or actually just north of Atlanta, and we've been here for kind of 30 years and lived in Chicago for 4 or 5 years. And my wife is a physical therapist by trade, no longer does that, and I came out of the corporate world with a big company, Dutch company, and did that for 16 years, and then got involved in this industry back some 25 years ago. And I got to tell you, it's had its ups and downs, but wouldn't change a thing, Jim. And it's been exciting for us. And I wanted to share with you just for a few minutes tonight, maybe in 25 or 30 minutes, a quick overview of what we're doing. We call it being part of the Shackley effect, or be part of the effect. And so for those of you that are sitting in the comfort of your home, I'm sat here in an airport hotel ready to take off to Seattle to speak at an event out there. So looking forward to getting out west. But there's a few questions I want to ask yourself while you're sitting there. Are you where you want to be in life? Now, I know that's kind of a crazy question because probably most people would say, well, not really. I wish I could have this, or I wish I could have that. But do you honestly mean that, or is that just a wish list? Because one of the things that Deb and I did 20-odd years ago, we were making pretty good money in the corporate world and what she did in the medical business, but I spent everything that we made and a little more. Because usually what happens is when you make 60, you spend 70, and when you make 80, you spend 90, and so you get into debt, and that's kind of the American way, and we got involved in that, and we did like everyone else. So we had to sit down and evaluate. We had 3 kids under 6 at the time. No family over here because we emigrated from England back in 1983. And so we wanted to decide, is this what we want to do? Do we want to work for other people for the next 40 years? And the answer was no, even though we enjoyed our profession. So tonight I want to ask you some questions about not only, where you want to be, but also, your health and your fitness level. And as I just turned 59 a few days ago, and I've never taken a drug in my life, and I know as you get older, things start to break down, and so I've got to start taking better care of myself. And we're going to talk about some products that can help you do that at the same time if you're looking to change your lifestyle as well. So how is your fitness level? Are there people around you that are taking more and more drugs? We're finding out there, and especially with my wife being in the medical business, that when you take a drug, usually you get a side effect, and then you take another drug to take care of that drug, and so it goes on. And I believe that drugs are important at times, but I think we're taking way too many. And so I want to talk to you tonight a little bit about prevention, and I think that's an important mark where we are right now in this country. And what about work and family balance? And do you always want the lifestyle that you wanted? But how about your work and family? Is it out of balance? Are you working long hours? Does it take you, like I did the other day, it took me an hour and a half to get to the airport because the traffic was so bad? So where are you with your family? Do you spend more time? Would you like to spend more time with your kids and your wife or your family? Probably the answer is yes. And what about the lifestyle? Travel is a huge, huge thing for us and our family. We just recently got back with Jim and some other people on this call from Indonesia, which was an all-expenses-paid trip to Bali, and we had an absolute blast. And I'll show you a couple of pictures at the end here, but We love to travel, and we love to get paid while we travel. When I was in the corporate world, they paid me for the time off, but they didn't pay me to go anywhere. In the last 3 years, we've been on about 8 all-expense-paid trips around the world. So do you like to travel? A lot of people do. Or do you just want to stay at home? I don't know. But whatever your lifestyle is, it might be just sitting at home doing absolutely nothing. But we have a passion to help people and try to take people with us, and it's a lot more fun if you take people with you. And so what if you could create some extra income? And some of you on here an extra $1,000 might be exciting for you. Maybe you want to go on the exotic trip that you've never been on before. Maybe you like to make some residual income. I mean, we wanted to sleep and then make money while we slept, and we can do that in this type of business that we're going to share with you tonight, okay? And let's talk a little bit about the industry that I want to talk to you about in the company. The company is Shackley. Now, some of you may have heard of Shackley, some of you may not. If you're under 40 years old, you've probably never heard of Shackley. It's a 57-year-old company that's been around for a long time. And when I say to people, have you heard of Shackley, some people will say, like, Shackley, my mother used to buy Shackley products. And then others will say, I've never heard of Shackley. And so we're in a business with Shackley. We don't work for Shackley. We don't do Shackley. We are 1099. We're independent business owners, and we contract with Shackley for products and services. And we're in a market that's over $300 billion. So we're able to participate that you're already probably doing somewhere with someone. And these products are absolutely the best of the best. If you think with me, Shackley, if it's 57 years old, it's probably legal, right? And because sometimes people say to me, it's not one of those illegal things, is it? I'm thinking it's 57 years old. And I think probably somebody would have found out by now. But Shackley operates in 8 different countries around the globe with about 330-something products that you can participate in that's going to help you and help your home. So if you don't like 300, there's 30 left, okay? If you don't like 310, there's 20 left. And a lot of companies out there today, they just got like one product or one product wonder, and if it doesn't work, you don't like it, you're out of luck, okay? So let's talk a little bit about some of these products that we have in the company that we're dealing with. The company, Shackley, was recently purchased by a guy called Roger Barnett. But originally, 50-something years ago, Dr. Forrest Shackley, who was a chiropractor, founded the company in 1956. And in 1915, he invented one of the first vitalized minerals. Now, a lot of people don't realize that Shackley was one of the first vitamins, or we call them vitamins, or you call them vitamins, I call them vitamins anyway, in the world in 1915. And so if you're going to take a multivitamin, why not take it from the company that invented it? Because it absorbs in the body where a lot of vitamins don't. Excuse me. So Shackley has now become the #1 natural nutritional company in the USA. So what does that mean exactly? Does that mean they do more volume than anyone else? No. By the Direct Selling Association, they voted Shackley the #1 on a third-party basis because they had some great products that have been over 1,000 tests. They've got peer-reviewed papers, the volume that they do around the world. So there's a lot of things that they look at to make Shackley the #1 natural nutrition company in the United States. And so Dr. Forrest Shackley passed away. I think he was about 90 years old, but he passed away in the 80s, 1980s. I think it was 89. And then it took over by a Japanese company, pharmaceutical company, for the next 15, 20 years. It kind of just sat there really going along. People were buying products, and because the products were that good, the average customer with Shackley is 17 and a half years. And then about 10 years ago, a guy called Roger Barnett was looking for a company in this industry that he could put his name behind, that he could leave a legacy for his kids. And so Roger Barnett, after about 2 years, managed to purchase the company from the Japanese for over $300 million back in 2004. And he spent over $20 million in 3 or 4 years researching this industry to find the perfect company. And thank goodness Roger took this company over, because Roger is already pretty wealthy in his previous endeavors. He owned Beauty.com. He owned another magazine called Arcade. If you've ever seen those little perfume samples that you take in the magazine. He owned 90% of that business. And he also was involved, and his family were involved in a company called Burberry, which comes from my country. They started with raincoats 150 years ago, and now they're one of the top companies in the world for bikinis and scarves and hats and all kinds of things. So Roger Barnett is a very wealthy individual, and he's turning this company around just like he did with Burberry. It's becoming, hip, and we've got some fun things on Facebook. So Roger Barnett is the owner of Shaklee. And by the way, Shaklee is based in Pleasanton, California, which is just outside San Francisco. And you talk about stability. Almost 60 years, okay, paying distributors $7 billion in commissions. And this is a very important part, guys, okay? $7 billion in almost 60 years. But since Roger has been at the helm, they've paid out over $3 billion. So what that should tell you, if you're a business person on here, that the compensation plan that Roger put in place just a few years ago is more lucrative today than it was 10, 20, 30, 40 years ago. So if you're looking to participate in a compensation plan that pays you really, really well for the work that you do, then listen up. We'll make sure you get back with the person that's sharing this with you and understand all the details, because you're not going to get all the details tonight, okay? So let's talk a little bit about the product ranges that we have and the Shaklee difference. I mentioned this before, 100,000 quality tests per year. Actually, they've done probably over 500 million now in R&D. They've got 90 peer-reviewed, reviewed journals. I mean, you ask a company, a health company, a natural health company, how many do they have? It's pretty hard to get a peer-reviewed journals. I'm sat here looking at my wife. Is that right, Deb? Pretty difficult publication. So she'll tell you in the medical business that it's pretty tough, and we have it. So Shaklee's always safe, always green, and it always works. And we've been using now the products for about 3 years. Absolutely love them to death. These are the 5 different areas that Shaklee participates in. Healthy foundations. I'm going to touch base really quick on these as we go through these. Healthy solutions, healthy weight. We know weight is a huge, huge problem in the United States and around the world with obesity. And healthy beauty, and then healthy home. So let's just go through a few of these products real quick. Healthy foundations. This is something that if you want a basics, an everyday base for your life, we would suggest you start with this. We've got some great protein shakes. We've got 5 or 6 of them that has an amino acid in there called leucine. And our shakes have no artificial flavorings, no artificial sweeteners. It's gluten-free. And it absolutely tastes fantastic. Comes in 5 or 6 different flavors, from chocolate to vanilla to we've got even banana shakes for athletes, and cafe latte and strawberry. So you're going to find something that you like. So every morning I call that the best breakfast on the planet. For just around $3, you can replace that Burger King, you can replace McDonald's, you can replace maybe that Starbucks coffee that you're spending $5 a cup for with 450 calories. With a great nutritional breakfast, like a protein shake. They're just absolutely fantastic. And then you'll see that box there called the Vitalizer. It's a little strip that has 80 different bio-optimized ingredients, okay? And that will do your foundation every single day. It's got a probiotic in there. It's got a couple of multivitamins that you can take. Over 50% of the population in the United States take a multivitamin. Then it's got what I call the happy pill, which is your B vitamin, and you need that pill for definitely as you get older as well. And then it's got a couple of fish oils, which is totally pure. And if you read anything the last year, there's been a lot of those fish oils that's been taken off the market because they're not pure. And Shaklee guarantees purity. So for a couple of bucks a day, replace your McDonald's, or replace maybe your eggs or your bacon. I know you like them sometimes, and have a nutritional meal for life. It'll absolutely change the way you feel and the way you look. It's just a fantastic base product. Then you have what we call the healthy solutions. I can't go through all of these products, but this ranges from, they've just come out with a brand new product called MindWorks, and there's a lot of tests being done on MindWorks in the brain. And if you want to know more about that product, you can. And I wish I could put my wife on here, because she could probably talk to you for an hour about that. But it helps you with clarity. I was with Dr. Daggy, who's our Chief Science Officer, last week in Orlando, and he was talking about people that were handwriting, and after 6 weeks, the difference in the way that they wrote on the next page on how steady they were. And so we've got some incredible patents on that, and make sure that you get some more information on MindWorks. The other product I want to touch base on is Vivix. That big red bottle there that you see, this is something that's taken by some of our 67 Olympians that use Shaklee products. Now, Olympians cannot take a product that has any contamination in whatsoever, or else they're banned from the Olympics for 2 years, and they can't compete. So they are extremely particular on what they put in their body. And Vivix is one of those products that they take to give them the edge. It's got muscadine grape in it. It's got resveratrol. If you know about resveratrol, it's like drinking 100 glasses of red wine without getting drunk, which is, I thought, well, that's not good, is it? But, it is good. So I take that every single morning, and it's like it helps with anti-aging. And so if you're looking for an anti-aging product, then that's the product for you to take and research, okay? There's a couple of products there. You'll see Nutriferin for immunity. They've just come out with a blood pressure medicine that I take, and my blood pressure is not too bad. It's a supplement, and we're not saying these products cure, treat, or diagnose, but certainly it's going to help, and we've got some great testimonies of people that have had their blood pressure checked, and so just check into that product as well, okay? So Healthy Solutions. And our next line is Healthy Weight, real quick. We have, again, I've mentioned this before, but we have a whole range of what we call the 180 system and various flavors, and we've got bars and snack bars, and they're absolutely delicious. And so if you want to get on the 180 program, that's 90 days to lose it and 90 days to keep it off. There's so many diet-type programs out there that don't work because they lose fat and weight fast, and then they put it back on again. So if you try this product, you research it, you'll find that this is one of the best on the market, and it's not just for people overweight. We have people in gyms that take this product. We have, of course, the Olympians take this product, and so it helps build muscle as well. So 180 Healthy Weight. And our beauty line, I know we've got seven Deb, is it different patents on it? 7 different patents on it. And again, I wish my wife could jump on here to tell you all about the skincare. She gives me a couple to use to put on my face because the skin doesn't know if you're a man or a woman. But I know I've heard her speak about this. Maybe sometimes it's not what's in the product, but what's not in the product. And so that's important as well. And you'll find that this is incredibly high quality at a low cost. And just check into that. I know I've heard her speak that, these people that go out and buy these expensive, lines of skin lines are spending 3 times as much, and they're not really getting any better results than what we can with our product line. And the last one I want to talk to you about real quick is our Get Clean kit. And you'll see all these products down here. If you were to replace all these products with normal products in the supermarket, you're going to spend something like $3,400. For $100, you can get a Get Clean kit that not only is effective with the cost, but it actually works. There's a lot of green products out there that don't work. I'll give you one example. You'll see a 12 bottle there. It's called Basic H. It's been around for 50 years. And for about $10, $12, you can buy that bottle, which has over 1,000 uses that you can use that for. And if you were to make window cleaner like Windex with just 2 drops, you would be able to make 5,800 bottles of Windex, or the equivalent to Windex, at maybe 1 cent a bottle. And so you can't beat that price. So again, every product we have at Shaklee is 100% guaranteed money back. And I got to tell you guys, are you using toxic material in your home or using non-toxic? If I could show you a way that you could save money, that you would have a toxin-free product that actually worked, it was safe for your pets, safe for your dogs, would you try it? 100% guaranteed. Why not? You've got nothing to lose, okay? So let's talk a little bit about how you can participate. There's 3 ways to join Shaklee. It's called Use, Share, Build. In the Use, if you just want to try some of our products, we have different packs that you can buy that gives you a free membership. We have thousands of people that just love the experience with Shaklee. They can order it online. It gets shipped to their home. Nobody bothers them. You don't have to store product. You don't have to go and sell product to people. You just use whatever you want, and it's a phenomenal way to get your product shipped straight to your door. If you want to share the Shakti products, I'm going to go a little more depth with this in a minute. There's a way that you can get involved in the business. I call this dabbling in the business a little bit, and you can do that with some of the products and share it with a few friends. And then to build, of course, those of you that want to start a business, and we're not asking you to give up your job or anything you're doing, but if you want to build a business, there's a great business building pack that gives you an incredible value that I'm going to show you here real quick to get involved in the business side. So let's talk about the use a little more. These are some of the questions that you may want to ask yourself. I'm not going to read all of them, but are you getting the right nutrition every day? Are you concerned about your age? How important is your health? I mean, these are kind of obvious questions. Of course, most people are concerned about their health, and we have the products that I believe that can help people do that. And I've seen so many people over 3 years, and there's so many people that I've met that's been in Shakti for 40 or 50 years. It's amazing the results and the number of years they've been taking Shakti products. It's pretty incredible. And most companies in this industry don't even last 57 years. In fact, they don't even last 5 or 10 years. So there's very few companies that last the longevity of time, but Shakti is one of those companies, and it's been grown in the last 3 years and opened up 3 or 4 countries in the last 3 or 4 years also. So let's talk a little bit about the share. So if you want to dabble a little bit in the business side as well, there's a business pack that's great value, $349, $900 value. And don't worry about the 200 in PV there. That's just points. We get points for everything, and the person that shared this with you can explain that more in detail. I know Jim does some training sessions as well through the week, but that's just a point value that we base how many points that we get for products, and more points you do, the more money you make. But here you're going to get a selection of products, and you're also going to get some business tools. And so you're going to be able to come to a couple of events. You're going to get this platform here that I'm sharing with you free for a month to try. You're going to get what we call the PWS. You're going to get a personalized website for 3 months, absolutely free included. And then you're also going to get value of products. Now, those value of products just about come up to, what do they come up to? They're about 300 and something? And yeah, or 400 over. So you've got great products on, great value on the products, and plus on the business tools, you pretty much get those for free. So it's a great value that is included in what we call the Share Gold Pack for $349. And then the last one we have is the Business Pack, and this is for people a little more serious. I talked to them in the morning about when I started here. What do you want out of life? What is it you want with your family? Are you looking to replace what you're making in a job? Maybe you want to give up your job. Maybe one of you wants to stay home and homeschool the kids, which is one of the things we did. And so that might be something that you might want to consider. And so this pack is for you, the $699 pack, and it's got an incredible value of $2,100. I can tell you that the business tools alone, with 4 free conference registrations to our global conference in Cleveland, is almost $800 just for those 4 tickets. They're $199 each. That's without anything else. But you're able to go to 2 regional meetings. You've got a whole year of personal website. You've got 3 months of Hearsay Social. It's do with the social marketing. We've got a whole program on that you can get online on the Shakti back office. They'll teach you that. We've got 3 months of this platform all included. The Gold Ambassador fee, which allows us to work around the globe. And then on top of that, we have an incredible range of products. So this is, like I said, if you're starting a business, where can you start a business for $699 and get all the tax benefits legally that you're allowed, okay, in this country to write off things as a small business owner? And a lot of people forget that. I mean, you can write off a lot of things. Now, I'm not a CPA, but if you check with your CPA, your tax accountant, I think you'll find that legally you're able to write off a small business. So I think this pack is ideal for the person that is being looking at a business that doesn't want to spend $20,000, $50,000 in a traditional business and borrow money from the bank. So So it's a very small investment for a tremendous opportunity. And real quick, how these kind of work, we have ranks in the business, and there's 11 different ranks in the Shackley business. And you start off as a distributor. If you want to be a user and just be a member, you can do that. But if you want to be a distributor, you can pick one of the packs to share or one of the larger packs. And you can earn discounts and monthly bonuses and extra spending money if you just want to kind of share a few products with people, and it'll just cover your cost of your products. So if you just want to be a distributor and do that, we have a lot of people that do that. If you want to take the first, what I call the first step in building a big business, then this step, okay, is we call this director. And director is something that you earn 2,000 points. And somebody will explain this to you. But the average income based on 1099s over the last at least 10 years since Roger's been there is the average is just over $10,000 a year. And you get to earn a trip to California. I know a lot of people on this call have already been out there. It's all expense paid to Shackley. And they fly you out there. They put you up in a hotel. They take you to the Napa Valley. You have a couple of days training in a conference, and you get recognition when you're there. It's just a fantastic trip for a very, very small amount of volume. Roger Barnett subsidizes this. He feels that he wants to get people that have done a little bit of work into Shackley to show them a bigger picture so their belief level goes up. And believe me, folks, when you go to Shackley, your belief level will go up. I guarantee you. And down there, you'll see it where it says 250 fast track bonus. We have a program that no one else has. It's called a fast track program that lays over top of the basic compensation plan that I'm sharing with you. So it's almost like we have two plans in one. And then from director, we move up to coordinator. And this is just helping a couple people go director, basically. That's all we're doing. And the average income per year based on 1099s is just over $21,000. And now you start to get car bonuses. You start to earn trips. And a lot of us that have earned this trip, we're going to Mexico in December. And it's a great time to go to Mexico in December, especially if you live up in the north and especially if you're in Canada. So Mexico is a great place. All expenses paid. There'll be about 800 of us there. You'll start making a monthly car bonus, and you'll make another $4,000 on fast track bonus as it starts getting paid your second month that you hit that. And so this is a great rewards coordinator. Again, not a lot of points you need to do this. In fact, I've been in this industry for 25 years. I've never seen anything that pays out like this for such a low amount of points. So a little bit of work, you get rewarded pretty good, guys. You really do. So after coordinator, we go to executive coordinator, and Jim Fulford, the person that just introduced me in Jacksonville, him and Peggy just finished their executive coordinator 6 months, and they qualified for everything. So congratulations to them. This is where you help 3 people go director. Average income is about $50,000 a year. You double up going to Mexico. If the trip is to Mexico, it's actually the Hawaii coming up in May. I'll talk about that at the end here real quick. And your car bonus goes up, and now you get to go on what we call the Top Achievers trip. And a lot of us just came up from Bali. The year before, we went, where did we go? Paris. We went to Paris, and before that, we went to Kenya, Africa. So there is fantastic rewards at all levels. If you want car bonuses, if you want trip bonuses, if you want extra cash, you're going to make another $15,000 on fast track bonus on top of everything else. So, guys, if this is getting too much for you, don't worry about it. Somebody explained to you, but executive coordinator. And then, of course, after executive coordinator, master coordinator, that's where my wife and I are at, and this is a target that we want to hit. As soon as we got into Shackley, we said we're not going to stop till we hit master coordinator. And again, the average income, $203,000 per year. Your car bonus goes up to $600. You've made every trip possible. You get a luxury trip to San Francisco, and you get to, on the right there, that picture, you'll see Roger Barnett and Sloan Barnett. You get to have dinner, and they they've got chefs that cook for you, and a fantastic home overlooking San Francisco, Golden Gate Bridge, and then to the right is Alcatraz. And I've heard that his 3 kids say that's where they put people there if they don't do Shackley and Alcatraz. So they're pretty cute, they're kids. In fact, one thing is I got to tell you about their kids. Spencer, their oldest one, who's about, I don't know, he's about probably 13, 14. If you go to Shackley and you see Roger in his office, you'll see Spencer on Roger's door because that reminds him when he comes in every day that he wants to leave a legacy to his kids. So I think that's pretty neat. And because he doesn't really need any more money. He's got enough before he even bought Shackley. So you've made an extra $89,000 in fast track bonuses, and you're making an extra $50,000 in trips and top achievers trips and Mexico trips and all kinds of stuff. So it's exciting. And so just to cap off here as we wrap up, guys, our story, effective story, the Shackley effect is, of course, you see on here a lot of trips, and you'll see on the right-hand side, that actually is Deb and I and Jim and Peggy down there going down a rapids in Indonesia just about 4 weeks ago. But we've been on many cruises and trips to San Francisco, and one of the things that we love to do is travel with our family, and you'll see some of our family in the middle picture there on one of our first trips to Mexico, and we're actually taking all of them except for my youngest son, who just got married. He just went to Europe on a trip, so for those of you going to Mexico, we'll see you all down there. But it's a Shackley family, and that's how we build it. It's not about me. It's about helping other people, and that's what I love about this industry. You can only succeed if you help other people, and I couldn't do that in the corporate world. Did a good job, met some great people, didn't dislike my boss, but I couldn't do what we were able to do in this. And then, of course, the team is so important. You'll see that lady on the left, Jennifer Clacken. She's my sponsor. I couldn't ask for a better sponsor. She's been involved with Shackley for 16 years. She's married to a great guy, Dan. He supports her, and Jennifer makes a lot of income in this. And she's one from the top of Shackley, and she is just a great leader. She is totally an edifying person, and she will do anything to help our team. So if you happen to be on here, Jennifer, thank you for all you do. And these are just some of the team that we're involved with around the country. And so I'm not what I call the head daddy rabbit. I'm just part of the team, and you'll hear some other people that do this a lot better than me next week. So I'm just on here to give you guys a little bit of hope, right? So to finish up here, go change. So where do you see yourself fitting in here, guys? What is it you like that you just seen tonight? Maybe it's nothing. I don't know. Maybe you need to see it again from somebody else. And so which one of what we call the use, share, or build? Do you just want to try the products and order some products and try it? We'd love to have you if you want to do that. Do you just want to dabble a little bit and buy a $349 kit and share it with a few friends and maybe make your money back and make a couple of $100 a month to get your products for free? You can do that. You can always move up as well, get more committed. Or do you want to build a business and because you don't like your job, or maybe you want to get out of it, or maybe you want to travel some places, or maybe you want to pay off debt, or maybe you want to buy a car for cash and not have debt for the next 20, 30 years, then maybe that kit's for you. I don't know, but one of them I know probably is for you. So we'd like to hear what your Shackley effect will be. And as we go around the country, we love hearing the stories from people. And we just thank you for being on here tonight. And I want to encourage you guys to get back and learn about how you can qualify for Maui coming up. There's still time to do that. There's a couple of trips each year, and you can still qualify for this trip, which is a fantastic trip. All expenses paid to Maui, the Marriott Hotel. And if you've never been to Hawaii, it's one of the best places in the world, perfect weather, of course, and it's even better when it's paid for and you're with like-minded people. So guys, thanks for being on here. We're kicking off these, these webinars every week. It may not be on a Thursday. It might be on a different night, but we can do these anytime, any day. It doesn't matter. And Jim Fulford, of course, does a great job in setting these up. And I know, Jim, you've got some training programs coming up as well. So, Jim, thanks for having us. And you got any questions, Jim? You want to finish up? I'm sure you're going to come back on.
No, you did great. I would just say thanks for being our awesome presenter tonight, and we want to encourage any of you that are online to just get back with whoever invited you and get your questions answered. And, of course, we'll be glad to kind of bring this information back up if you got a specific question, because we're here to help. And, again, thanks, Tony, for you. You have an awesome time in Seattle this week. And we want to hope that we'll hear you back online soon, and we'll look forward to seeing you. And thanks for being a great leader, exactly, and being our support team. So appreciate all you guys that joined us tonight, and we're going to tell you we're going to turn off recording and tell you good night.